not done enough, do more, study more, why would you sleep? Is our anatomy building? Yes, why would I go to the anatomy hall? Another day in the life of a first-year medical student in Plovdiv, Bulgaria, and this day and the rest of the week is going to be all about anatomy because our colloquium is coming up in 4 days. I would say I'm already 70 to 80% there, but I really want to put in more effort because first of all, I already have the time, so might as well use it. Second of all the upper year students gave us the advice to really focus on this first colloquium and try and ace it because the second one is going to be 8 million times harder. Bread with tomato, fresh basil, balsamico. As I was saying, it's 7:30. My first class starts at 9:30. Yeah, I had a quick study session of about an hour and a half, and now I'm gonna have this breakfast, get ready, and already head to uni. Also, another thing about me is I never eat at tables. So I just have about half an hour to 45 minutes until our class starts. So I'm gonna use this time to do some MCQs. Got a new bike. I haven't figured out the time yet when I need to leave the house, and now I'm 10 minutes late. Oopsie. But I hope it's gonna be fine. Did you see what happened? The shuttle. We just finished physics class. I was going to go home, but then my lovely friend is forcing me to go to the library with her. Because apparently I need to do more uni studying instead of home studying.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So what are we doing now?
And tell them that you don't want to go to the anatomy hall.
Yes, why would I go to the anatomy hall? I have a whole ass skull at home.
I have a skull as well. You need the single bones.
In our anatomy hall we have little, like there's separate temporal bones, separate occipital bones, separate...
Even the parietal bone.
Yeah.
If the parietal bone is just there, and you have a pin, do you know what it is?
I will be able to, I would try to figure it out, yes.
So instead of you figuring out, how about you come and get your answers in the anatomy hall?
You know what the problem with me in the anatomy hall is? It's always packed.
You just tell the people, get out.
Girl, okay, we'll see. I'll come with you. Now we'll see how it goes. But what are you doing in the library now?
I need to print out a paper for the government.
Studying abroad means paperwork.
Really, that's the hardest thing.
So this building right here is our anatomy building. This building right there is a brand new one. It's our language building. This, you can't see it, but that big building on that side is our science building. Technically we still have an anatomy lesson that we have to attend today, but it's online, so I can do it from home. If I have the chance to work from home, I will. Alright, it's 12 o'clock. Before I make myself some food, I'm gonna squeeze in this quick yoga session because it has to be on an empty stomach, or there has to be a 4-hour food gap between your last meal and the yoga session. Yogi is finished and it was so good. Obviously, sometimes it's really hard after a long day of uni to still sit down and take the time out of your day, do things like that, like yoga or maybe go work out or a walk or whatever it is. But until now, I'm honestly seeing so many differences in my overall emotional and cognitive well-being. The yogi girlies and yogi boys, or spiritual girlies and boys, know. But yeah, now it's time for foodie. Okay, I don't know how it happened, but somehow I ended up making pancakes once again. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, by the way, What I wanted to show you, the funniest thing in the world. You know how we have histology this semester? And I just went to buy books, and I bought this set of books for my histology course for 52 lev. And tell me why on earth they're giving us a set with coloring pens. And this is the only way I could buy it. I didn't choose to buy a fancy set or anything. This is the only way that you can buy this histology set. Me and my friends, we have been cracking up about this, that they're trying to sell us so many useful things. But in all seriousness, obviously, there's a reason behind these colored pens. Because histology is a subject where we look at structures under the microscope, and depending on the staining that they use, obviously it's going to have a lot of different colors, and we have to draw a lot as well, so it does make sense to have some coloring pens in this class. Alright, not gonna lie, out of one episode became 2, and out of 2 became 3, and all of a sudden, I don't know how it happened, it's 6 o'clock. But I think this also shows the reality of keeping it real. So now at 6 o'clock, I'm still going to try to study, which is good because I remember back in the day, little story time, back in the day when I was studying for high school exams or any other exams, would have watched a movie in the middle of my day, I would have never got myself up again to study afterwards because I would have been already so disappointed that I had watched a movie before my study goal was accomplished, you know? One thing that I'm actually taking a very big pride in, that I have actually become so much better at being flexible. Sometimes having super extremely overly productive days, which is good, but then the day after oftentimes isn't as productive. And then some days like today, they're hybrid. They're partly productive, then partly not productive because for whatever reasons, maybe you have something emotional going on, maybe you're tired. Being able to allow yourself to listen to your body signals and actually taking a break is something that I definitely had to learn and didn't know from the beginning, because I was just always going with my mind and my brain and my mind would never ever tell me to rest. It would always be like, do more. You've not done enough, do more, study more. Why would you sleep? Why would you take a nap? Why would you relax if you haven't finished what you've wanted to finish yet? All this to say, I am actively trying to praise myself for being flexible enough to not force myself to study or force myself to be productive when in reality my body's craving something else. And that allows me in return the freedom to study now in a super healthy manner where I'm not frustrated, where I'm not drained, where my battery has charged enough that I actually now am super excited to study. That was my little rant of the day. Trying to find a balance between being flexible, but also holding yourself accountable for what you set your mind to, but also listening to your body, but also being intuitive, but also sticking to your goals. All of these things, I think it's very hard to find a balance, but it's important to listen to your body, and I'm still in the progress of it, and we're learning along the way. Maybe this is also part of the reason why we're feeling the way we're feeling, because it's almost full moon. It doesn't look as good on the camera, but it's super beautiful. I'm honestly so tired. I don't know if I should keep going or if I should just call it a day, because it's 8 o'clock and realistically I'm gonna fall asleep around 9, and usually I prefer to have a little bit of a relaxing time before end of my studying and falling asleep. Maybe watch one more episode. No, honestly I don't think so because I'm so tired. It is 8:35 now. I managed to stay awake for a little bit longer and posted a reel, a short, and a TikTok, which is surprisingly more work than I would have ever thought. Even though it's so much work and it's kind of stressful on top of uni, it's so fun. I love to see the progress and the growth, and even if it's one single person who watches it or a single person who comments on it, it literally, I don't know, it makes it all worth it, and I'm just so curious to see where it all goes. I'll see you in my next vlog.